And hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Kerbal Space Program. We are back, and I realized something very interesting. If you look up here, it actually does track your progress through all those missions, and that was a complaint I had last episode, but I was totally freaking wrong. It's all up here. I have two little check marks here, and hey, I completed this contract, I can delete that now. And hey, I completed this contract, I can delete that now. And I have no more notifications, and actually get notifications when I complete things, which is amazing. That's awesome. We still have to test the Mark 16 parachute. We have to be in Kerbin. We are on Kerbin, that's the planet, where you have to be flying that high at that speed. And then test the solid rocket fuel booster. Can we actually... Wait, what? I can't actually... Oh, I can scroll. Oh. Oh. Okay. And then for this one, we have to activate the part through the staging sequence. When all test conditions are met, we have to be... where all the tests can... What? I have to be Kerbin and splash down. Weird. Okay, well that's kind of weird. It says that I'm meeting these conditions, but the thing is, I never used that ever. So we're gonna make a rocket that uses that. We're gonna try and make a rocket that uses moon goo, and try and get some science. Gotta get some science going. So we're gonna go for let's see, low orbit science vessel. So, low ob sci ves. Low ob sci ves. Mark 1. There we go. I'm really good at naming my ships. Let's get rid of all this garbage and just kind of start over a little bit. We need a stacked coupler on this now, so we can actually just ditch all of our stuff, which would actually be pretty good. We want to get our science stuff on here first, I think. Where is that stuff? Science! Mystery Containment Unit, Moon Goo. We're going to want 3 of these, because we want to do 3 different experiments in one flight. And should kind of just get rid of the Moon Goo out of our itinerary. The thing is about that is we can't do EVAs or anything, but that's okay, because we don't have to yet, because that's actually covering the crew door. So if we actually got our guys out of the spacecraft, they would not be able to get back in. I believe that's how that works. We do have our parachute on there. Double check. Yes, it's right there. Let's get some of our stacked coupler here, just to kind of break that away when we're ready. And what else is here? We got to get our rockets, our rocket fuel. Whole bunch of rocket fuel. I could 2-stage it, but I'm not really planning on it being that long of a mission. Not saying I'm planning on our destruction, but I don't know exactly how heavy this is going to be. Let's look at our center of thrust, center of mass. It's pretty good. All right. You kind of want it, if I remember correctly, you want this more in the middle. But I don't know, man. I'm not a science man. I'm not a actual spaceman. I don't know these things. Let's get our decouplers on here because we have them. And we can get 3 of these at the bottom. And then we can get our solid fuel boosters, which we have to use. Let's see here. That's part of our contracts, so we get 3 of those on there. And I want to use the boosters to get off the launch pad and then turn on my main engine midway through the flight. So let's see if we can get our nose cones here, make them a little more aerodynamicism. And speaking of aerodynamicism, get our fins on here. Yeah. Alright. I'm liking that. So we got our science stuff. Let's see. Science stuff's all here. Check. Gotta get... What else did we have to do? I don't even know. Let's save. Let's get out of here. And let's check our contracts. We had to bring our parachute higher. Was one of them. And we have to do a splashdown with the rockets. With the boosters. Okay. Sounds good. Let's launch this beast. I think we'll be fine. I don't think anything will possibly go wrong. We do have to check our staging, which bit us in the butt last time, but I think it'll be okay. So we got our boosters here, and then we're gonna turn on our main thruster before they're empty, and then when the boosters are empty, we'll ditch them. And that's this decoupler, and then when our rocket is done, we'll ditch the whole rocket, which is this decoupler. And then we'll launch our parachute. We're ready to come down. Alright, sounds good. Let's hit T for our stabilization. And launch this beast. So 3, 2, 1, go! going pretty good so far. That's pretty stable. It's not bad. Kind of want to get these over the water so they splash down. I don't know if they actually have to splash down. We're going to launch our main rocket now. Wow, we can't actually tilt our rocket. So these solid boosters might actually just end up in the, like, crashing on top of our buildings, which is bad. That's not a good thing. Tilt the rocket. Come on, tilt the rocket. Alright, maybe we can tilt the rocket now that those are dead. We need to get over the water with these, right? That's a thing. We're gonna turn up our thrust. Huh. Okay. Alright. Well, I'm not too worried. We have to get pretty high up for our parachute contract, so this kind of sucks. What we're going to do now is actually observe the mystery goo. And we're going to save that data. Because that is us in lower flight. I probably should have done one earlier, but I was kind of worried about the solid fuel booster situation. Let's see if we can get over the freaking water right now. This is not going to be in orbit, so I'm not too worried about my actual, like, lining up with the poles or anything. I just want to get over the water. I think that's good. Where are we here? I mean, we might be okay. We can actually turn off our rocket now. And just get to our apoapsis. If that's actually... Is that high enough? I don't remember if that's high enough. We have to get... Yeah, 17,000 to 20.7. Okay. So we're high enough. I think we're high enough. We actually have to, like... I wonder if we can observe our goo again. Get something new out of it. It's getting cold now, alright. That's fine. Let's keep that data. If we get high enough, it does something else too. Let's actually get higher. We have to... I think we have to open our parachute at 17.9 is the thing. I think we're fine to ditch our boosters, so let's do that. There we go. So those should splash down, hopefully. I think we can actually check where they're going to go, maybe? No, it's not showing up. If you have bigger stages, let's actually stop boosting for a while here. If we have bigger sections that break off, we can actually see them in their trajectory here on the map. I don't know if it's going to let me do that here, though. No, it doesn't look like it. So let's get to our apoapsis of 55,000 meters. And see what's going on. Yeah, those will flash. Those will go in the water. Those will be fine. That's fine. We're fine. That's cool. Let's see if this last goo is doing anything very particular. Let's observe the mystery goo. It's still getting cold, so we're going to reset the experiment because we already got that result. Let's review the data on this one. Wobbles as craft flies. That is the flight one. Okay. So we're going to keep that data. So if we get higher, if we actually get into orbit, I don't know what that was. If we actually get into orbit, we can get our last bit here. Maybe I should just boost to do that? I don't know if I should, man. I'm going to try to get as far as I can. We are saving fuel just for that. Or I can just retro burn and like end the flight sooner. That might work too. Let's speed up time a little bit. Get to our apoapsis. So now from here, I can either flat out, just go flat out and try and orbit, but I don't have enough fuel to get out of orbit if I do. Or I can retro burn and start coming down. I gotta retro burn because it was not planned for us to actually get out of the it wasn't planned to escape gravity is what I'm trying to say here. Let's get out of here. It's still cold. Alright, well we can't actually let's retro burn. We're not gonna get that final experiment thing, but that's fine because now we only have one to do. And we'll be completing two at a time, and that's pretty good. We need to pop our parachute when we're slower and beneath 20,000 feet. So I think we're gonna wait until we get to the right height, and then we're gonna retro burn to slow down if we need to, and then we're gonna pop our parachute. Hopefully that other contract goes fine. Those aren't gonna splash down for quite a while, I can imagine, because they're still in free fall, as am I. Let's see here. Oh, I'm gonna hit a freaking... Okay, we actually have to boost so we don't crash into land. Don't crash into land. Don't hit land. Get into the water. Get into the water. Alright. I think we'll be fine there. Okay. Glad I tested or checked that. So between 17,000 and 20,000 feet, we got a popper parachute. We're in the right speed zone. We're speeding up though, which is bad, but we still have plenty of fuel to actually correct that if we have to. So let's just wait. Just waiting for the right time. Like this, I like this, having all these missions, because normally you just like speed up time real quick. We're going too fast for this contract. Let's slow it down if we can. And pop a parachute. Did we do it? I think we did it. It's pretty rad. Alright. We successfully did that. We're going to turn off our stabilization so we actually get tugged by the parachute proper. Otherwise it'll start like going crazy as our gyros like fight against the parachute. It's really weird. Oh, look, there's the moon. But now we can pretty much speed up time. I think this is over. We can maybe get a crew report. Get some more science. Yeah, we'll get a crew report. Very good. You can choose to transmit. How that works is like you can either transmit the data if you think that you're not going to recover your crew or instruments, but then you lose a percentage of your data. You get more of it, obviously, if you successfully land your craft safely and keep everyone alive. And that's the reason they do it that way. So let's just speed up time now, because nothing's going to happen. Let's see how much science we can science out of this science. Yeah, parachute deployed. Very good. Splashdown. In a few seconds. Go for a swim. Very good. Recover the vessel. Boom. What did we all get from that? I think we completed all of our stuff, which is very good. Except for the other moon goo thing, but that wasn't really... We weren't required to do that. It was just a thing that we chose to do. 4 experiments recovered. Crew report. Excellent. Moon goo 1 and Moon goo 2. The upper atmosphere and while flying. So that's 14 science each. So we got a lot of science from that science. And recovery of a vessel that survived a flight. We got 0.3 science. Excellent. Parts. We got 3,159 funds recovered from the parts. We recovered a bunch of stuff. We can't recover everything, unfortunately, but that's okay. Crew, total rep, 271. It's pretty good. Did we didn't get... Maybe we have to leave the booster attached to the vessel for this one? I might do that some other time. But now we have 271 reputation. Our reputation is in the green zone, which is I've never seen that before because I have no idea how this reputation system works. I'm not gonna lie. Let's go to the administration building so we can actually spend it. Fundraising campaign. We can spend 49 rep to get more money. Yield 7.1 funds per 1 unit of reputation spent. We have... It doesn't really say what we have exactly. I know we have 271 from the end of the last thing. Oh. Not enough rep? Alright, so if we spend all of it, we get... Takes 50% of my reputation gains. Oh, once it's in effect, it takes a percentage of my rep gains. Oh. So when I get a whole bunch of reputation on a mission, it'll take 5% of that rep and convert it into 7.1 space bucks. That's kind of cool. Let's look at R&D. This is just straight up taking our cash and gives us science, which actually is not that bad. We get 1 science per 30. The more of our funds it takes... Man, the more funds it takes, the better the exchange rate on the funds per science. I think? Huh. We could just do 10%, I guess. We're not flying very expensive things, and science is very important. Maybe we'll just do 5 for now. Like, I don't know if I'm screwing myself over by doing this early. Like, I have no, like, basis on, to judge any of this. Aggressive negotiations. Negative funds on launch costs and R&D purchases, but negative reputation on each discount. So I lose rep for discounts on things. That's weird. Recovery transponder fitting. Adds launch cost, but we get a better recovery factor. Okay. Well, these are all very interesting, but I don't know if I actually want to spend my money on these yet. I'm not entirely sure what they do. Well, I know what they do, but I don't know if they're worth it for me yet, because I have a lot of money. And I have some science to science. Let's science. We have 40 science. We can actually get both of these. So we get better boosters. And a separatron, which is a... it's basically a solid rocket thruster that just mounts differently. It has its own mounting, I think, if I remember right. And this has a liquid fuel engine. See, this allows us to get more contracts, because I know there's a contract tied to that thruster specifically. So let's get that. And then, let's see. We have 20. Anything costs 20. Those are all 45. This one will give us landing struts and a different parachute. I don't really know if I need that. So we're probably just going to ignore that for now and just save our science. So all we got was a new thruster, a new booster, and another new booster, which is fantastic. Couldn't have gone better. We still have not lost a Kerbal. We still have not destroyed a freaking building, which I'm like actually regretting putting that setting on, but I don't know. It's more interesting when there's things that are things to motivate you to not screw up launches. I mean, there's a reason the launch pad's way over here and not like right next to the building, right? I don't know. But anyway, thanks very much for watching. If you have any suggestions or tips or advice, if you played through this campaign already, please let me know in the comments. And I will see you next time. Thank you for watching.